Roberts has delivered a scathing analysis of Mamadi Kurang's $200 million defamation counterclaim against Bensouda, warning that the case is unlikely to survive a legal test. Now, speaking on Africa TV's Cinero platform, Roberts argued that Bensouda's cease and desist letter does not contain any defamatory content, but rather echoes facts already in the public domain. He described Kurang's lawsuit as legally fragile, suggesting that the former Jammeh Commission Secretary risks a courtroom defeat if the matter proceeds to court. Here is how the story unfolded. UK-trained Gambian legal analyst Melville Roberts has cast doubt on the success of Alhaji Mamadi Kurang's $200 million counter-defamation lawsuit against senior counsel Bensouda, warning that the former Jammeh Commission Secretary's legal footing is highly vulnerable if the case proceeds to court. Roberts, speaking on Africa TV's weekly Cinero platform, described Bensouda's original cease and desist letter as a strategically crafted legal move that avoided liability while reinforcing her demand for retraction, apology, and cessation of what she deems defamatory allegations.
So when you look at Bensouda's letter, she was specific. You know, she gave timelines as to how long that these disparaging comments have been ongoing. She mentioned that it's been like 7 years. She mentioned the different things that have been said, how they have been said, and some of the things that have been said by Kurang. Now, what is interesting in that letter is what Bensouda sought to do was to get Kurang, one, she said she wanted Kurang to retract her statement, or retract the statements that he has made against Bensouda. That is to actually, you know, either delete them or do whatever it is. Secondly, she wanted an apology. And thirdly, she wanted Kurang to desist, which means to stop whatever it is that she was doing. And then she said, or the letter said, that if Kurang does not accept these conditions, then she would institute a legal action against Kurang, and she will ask for up to 144 million in damages. The most important thing to look into that letter is the response that came from Kurang. Yeah. So whilst Bensouda made all these claims as to what Kurang has done and said, she was very specific.
Melville stressed that rather than making fresh accusations, Bensouda's letter reiterated information already available in public records concerning the handling of seized assets from former President Yahya Jammeh, effectively shielding her from defamation claims. According to Roberts, this precision makes it extremely difficult for Kurang to prove that the letter itself was injurious or malicious.
And on the public records, the lawyers of Mrs. Bensouda then decided to state certain factual things that happened. So, for example, they said to Kurang that you were queried by the commission's chair. You did not retire receipts. You did not deposit funds at the central bank on time. You sold tractor to the jar oil guy without a reserve price. Now, when you look at the rebuttal of Kurang, when the chairman wrote to Kurang, you will realize certain things. Everything that Mrs. Bensouda said on the public record are things that happened. Was Kurang queried by the commission? Yes, it happened. Was Kurang queried for not retiring receipts? Yes, it happened. Was Kurang queried for giving 1,000 to staff without the authority of the commissioners? Yes, it happened. Did Kurang try to sell without a reserve price? Yes, it happened. Now, these are things that happened in the commission. Okay. So when Kurang mentioned something about the Korosise saga and said that the person to be asked and questioned is Mrs. Bensouda, how could anyone defend that under the public interest issue and draw a nexus with that and the commission? Secondly, if you look at Kurang's pronouncement, which I've always maintained that is my problem, Kurang has never ever attacked the credibility of the commission. Kurang would attack the personality of Bensouda.
Kurang's legal team had leaned on the defense of public interest, arguing that scrutiny over Jammeh-era assets warranted his commentary, but Roberts dismissed that argument as misapplied. The Commission's records, he noted, are already public and subject to institutional oversight. Attempting to frame Bensouda's role as an exception, he argued fails to establish a new public interest justification, especially in the absence of new evidence. In essence, the debate is no longer about transparency, but about whether personal allegations presented without substantiating facts across into legally actionable territory. The legal battle began with a letter dated May 16, in which Bensouda's counsel, Antuman A. Gay, demanded a $144 million in damages from Kurang for defamation and malicious falsehood. Kurang responded with a $200 million counterclaim alleging character assassination and citing a 2021 investigative report as part of his defense. Yet, with legal experts now questioning the merit of Kurang's case, the spotlight shifts to the broader implications, particularly for Gala, the civil society movement Kurang leads. The unfolding legal drama not only tests the boundaries of defamation law in the Gambia's democratic context, but also raises critical questions about how far advocacy can go when directed at individuals rather than institutions. For African News, Khadija Tujalo.